And actually, we're going to feature a couple of products from this brand today. They are called the Normal brand, and we haven't featured this label before on the show, so always very exciting to feature a new label. And it is the Seawall Nep cardigan. And I quite like the look of this. A lot of these cardigans, funnily enough, navy, and navy is always a really great color to be able to mix and match with certain, sort of undergarments in regards to trousers or jeans. It's quite, a utilitarian color. It goes with quite a lot. So a lot of the products, a lot of the cardigans and sweaters that we're featuring today are navy. I think there's some gray in there as well, but they are very good colors to be able to mix and match a lot of your trouser and jean collection in your wardrobe. So as I said, this is the Seawall Net cardigan, and it's currently going for $125.80, and that is with that 15% off live stream deal, because originally it was $148. And in regards to that cardi, it does come with front pockets as well, which some cardigans do, some don't. Some are just sort of clean at the front. Others come with inner line pockets, and some come with patch pockets. And I think actually we have another product coming up today that does have front patch pockets. So I'm a big fan of a front patch cardigan pocket, to be fair. They always, sometimes you want to stick your hands in there instead of your jeans, or maybe, it's always good to put your phone in if they're deep enough, or maybe a set of keys. It's just another set of pockets. And again, I can't stress this enough in regards to menswear, that I think a lot of menswear should be quite practical, for the modern man, in regards to something more utilitarian. I think if you're going to buy into something, you want to make the most use out of it as possible. And so in regards to a good cardigan, you can't go wrong. Cardigans are very good in regards to layering as well. So I'm certainly all about layers rather than just wearing sort of big chunky jackets, because certainly if the weather in the autumn is relatively interchangeable, i.e. 1 minute it can be a little bit hot, so the next minute it can get colder, or there's a bit of a wind chill. It's always nice to be able to put on and off layers throughout the day. So a cardigan certainly does that. Sort of it's almost like a sort of an inner layer that you could sort of take away if you need to. And certainly a lot of these products do that. It does have a slight texture to it as well. So there's a slight I suppose a slight semblance of a texture there. So it's not completely navy, but I believe you can, if you click on the actual product, you can certainly zoom into the picture and you can sort of see that sort of mottling effect, that texture there. So that is that. Right, I'm going to move on, because a cardigan once stopped an assassination attempt against a Bulgarian radio editor. Which was news to me when I was researching this. A secret agent tried to inject a poison dart into the Bulgarian radio editor, but the dart didn't touch the skin because of the thickness of the cardigan. So there you go, guys. Once again, cardigans aren't just practical in regards to keeping you warm. They could also keep you alive in other ways. So, potentially if you're a Bulgarian radio editor, maybe it's worth investing in a new cardigan this season. Although I think probably the cardigan that the Bulgarian radio editor wore was probably slightly thicker than the ones that we are showing today. Also, most notable as well is that in regards to chunky and knit cardigans, which you could still certainly buy, they are sort of a little bit less practical than they were originally, because in the early 1900s, cardigans and other wool type products would have been worn in regards to retain heat, not just outside of the house, but also inside of the house, because a lot of housing, the insulation was very, very bad. Windows weren't sort of double insulated. Heating was very expensive as well, as it can be today, to be fair. But certainly back then, people couldn't afford the heat. So the idea was, in regards to retain heat and keep warm, they would wear a lot of thicker layers, and certainly a chunky knit cardigan, wool cardigan, would do that. Whereas nowadays, we tend to, even for autumn and winter, we tend to sort of steer away from thicker fabrics, because also, I guess, in regards to technology, a lot of we have like waterproofing now, and certainly in the summer we have wicking. But there's lots of different ways that we can wear winter clothing without having to put lots of chunky, heavy knitwear on. So as I said, a lot of the products we have on today's show are sort of slightly more of a thinner material, but that doesn't necessarily say that pairing it and layering it with other clothing, you will still be able to hopefully keep very warm. And hopefully we'll have a relatively mild winter. because I don't know. If I want to get my thermals on too quick this year. So there you go. So as I said, Cardigan once stopped an assassination attempt by a spy in regards to killing off a Bulgarian radio editor. I don't know. I mean, hopefully he kept the Cardigan after that. I hope so. It's funny actually because a few weeks ago I was reading about a chap that was sent off in World War One in the battlefields, and his auntie gave him a prized Bible, which he kept in his front chest pocket. And lo and behold, he got hit by fire, and thankfully he survived because the bullet didn't penetrate his skin, I suppose, his body. It stopped at the Bible book. So there you go. So practical items there. I don't know. Maybe if you're not of a religious, chap, maybe you could. Right, we're going to move on. And we're going to talk about the next product here, which is Norse Projects again. I know we've discussed this brand on the show